I know many of you would prefer to talk about football itself. So Chris Cody was wondering which was the bigger of the games this weekend, Eagles, Cowboys, or Bills, Chiefs.
See, Bills Chiefs, like Tony just said, Bills Chiefs back here.
Bills, Chiefs.
But we know Bills Chiefs, like we know both those teams are going to at least the conference championship game, or at least the game before.
We know they're good. You don't know how far they're going, but you know that they are the cream of the crop in the league.
But that's going to be a saga, though, right? Like Bills Chiefs. Those will be the class of the AFC for a long time, and the narrative of how specifically their playoff game played out makes each successive meeting of the two teams more significant as a result.
Maybe we're doing a different argument here. What game will be more fun to watch? I'm with you, Chiefs Bills. But what game actually means more this Sunday? I think it's Cowboys Eagles.
Why though, Chris? Because Dak Prescott's not even playing, right? So you have Cooper Rush going against the Eagles, who are undefeated, and obviously the best team in the NFC, in my opinion. But you're looking across the spectrum saying, okay, you're going to have Dallas not at full strength, right? Dallas Schultz is hurt. Like, their offense is kind of in flux with Cooper Rush. Like, why?
I think
Billy, do you shake your head there? Excuse me, Chris. Do you shake your head because he throws in gratuitously, parenthetically, the Eagles, the best team in the NFC, in my opinion?
Yeah.
Why are you shaking your head every time Tony talks?
I mean,
I don't like what we do to Tony here.
Yeah,
He's doing good football stuff.
I'm still trying to.
Who's your best NFC team, Billy?
Who's my best NFC team?
Yeah, who's the best team in the NFC?
I like the
Number
Eagles.
number five in the world ranked, right?
Yeah.
Or 6 now. David Sanson jumped you?
I just think
David
that
Sampson did not jump
there's
me,
still
and you
people
know
out
that.
there. There's still people out there that are questioning the Eagles. They're like, I got to see more of it. They're 5-0.
5-0.
I'm just saying. I think that there's more questions about the Cowboys and the Eagles than there are about the Bills and the Chiefs.
But I also
we're having a semantics argument. What's a more valuable game this Sunday?
But you also look at the conference right now, and I don't see a lot of contenders. Like, even if the Cowboys lose this, who exactly is going to be catching them? The 2-3 New Orleans Saints, the 2-3 Chicago Bears, the 2-3 Atlanta Falcons, the 2-3 Seattle Seahawks. Like, I think both teams will be fine no matter who ends up losing this. It's only like if Cooper Rush goes 5-0, that's the only, for me, the significant part of that is, holy shit, like what is Dallas doing here with their winning quarterback?
If I was Cooper Rush, I'd be like, bring Dak back. I'll sit with just this 4-0 record.
Yeah,
no one's ever going to think I'm better than right now.
Well, Chris Cody had a great theory on the Sunday Night Show, which for me is, should Cooper Rush just accept that he is going to become Chase Daniel and love the shit out of that life? That he's just going to be the most valued backup, but I don't ever need to play. If I don't start another game, I'm good.
Chase has made $40-something million and only started 5 games. Cooper Rush is about to have more career starts than Chase does.
I think Chase Daniel's like 166 career passes or something like that.
But I just feel like Cooper Rush has to look in the mirror and be like, look, he's like looking at himself. I'm Cooper Rush. All right? And look how people think I'm good right now. Let's just, how do I prolong this? What everyone thinks of me right now, how do I keep this going as long as possible?
Cooper Rush never looks in a mirror and thinks that Cooper Rush is looking back at him. Do you think Geno Smith looks in a mirror and what he sees looking back at him is what we think of Geno Smith? I don't think Cooper Rush got to be one of 32 jobs in the league because he looks in a mirror and doesn't have confidence about Cooper Rush.
He seems like he has perspective. I think he looks at himself and says, hey, I'm Cooper Rush. Things have gone pretty well so far.
One of the things that I do think, I don't know whether it's being lost or not, but it is fairly absurd in that league where every damn week you're watching and there's a double doink to decide a game because at the end everyone's close. Not to the Bills, they're not. Like, the Dolphins won that one game, but we all watched how that went. It's not like we were saying, wow, the Dolphins are really much better than the Bills. No, the Bills are a lot better than everybody. Like, nobody wins the way they've won this season, 31-10, 45-10. Like, that's not, they've had the one game where they labored and everyone else, they're swamping.
They've made Patrick Mahomes a home underdog. It's the first time in his career. It's just the 9th time in his career overall that he is an underdog, period.
Billy, still with I don't buy on the Bills? Because
Because
after you said Josh Allen sucks, a lot of people were pointing out that this weekend he had a pretty big game, including just the absurdity. It must be so fun to drop back into your own end zone. I saw one of the camera angles behind him. I don't know how he can see where anybody is. and he just launches it 50 yards, and he's throwing it to a spot on the field. I don't think he can even see where it's landing, but he can hear from the crowd noise what it is that has just happened. That must be an amazing feeling. I'm watching the camera angle from behind him in the end zone, and I'm like, that's not how?
And to think that his greatest misgiving as a quarterback coming into the league was his lack of precision. And now I don't think someone has ever turned it around in that respect to such a degree as Josh Allen. I don't think there is a greater progression from within an NFL career than Josh Allen. And it's absolutely remarkable. I think that is the ultimate sign of respect, that they're going to Arrowhead and the Chiefs are an underdog at home.
3-point dog, right? Is that line moving
I
at all?
think it's moved down to 2.5 last I checked on DraftKings, but even still, that's incredible. The Chiefs, with Patrick Mahomes as their starter, have been underdogs 9 times. Mahomes has gone 7-0-1 in those games against the spread.
That math doesn't add up.
Well, no, this is the 9th time.
Oh, okay.
And so 8 previous times, 7-0-1.
Okay.
Dan, I saw the angle that you're talking about where it's almost like kind of underneath Josh Allen. And the fact that he's seeing the rush, his offensive linemen are getting pushed into his face, and he throws a ball. He's like, you can't really see if the safety's over the top or not. He's just throwing the ball 55 yards in the air. It was an incredible angle.
I had a pass like that in intramural football to Jaime Mota that I still remember because of how good it felt.
Oh, this is great. I love this. For me, so last night I played soccer and I had a 2-on-2, and I played a left-footed pass into the channel. Like it was I'm terrible with my left foot. And I like perfect weight onto stride. The guy went and scored a goal. Like for me, the achievements that you hit your head on the pillow and it's not, what did I do in work that day? What is the greater significance? It's just this very minimal athletic achievement is the thing that I think about.
I've got 3 of those from my entire life. One of them, and my arm still hurts from it, was throwing a no-hitter as a little leaguer in Atom Ball when no one can hit. My father
How many
wrote,
walks?
My father wrote, it was not a perfect game. My father wrote, I'm proud of you on a baseball. It's the only time he's ever said that to me. I remember the orange writing. This football play that I'm talking about, an intramural football.
Jaime Mota
was going deep, and I didn't see where I was throwing the ball, but my teammates were happy. I was turning away, throwing a bomb, and facing the other direction, and it ended up in the right place. And a game winner in an intramural basketball game, the game-winning shot, and that's it. Those are my career highlights.
I just bowled a stuffed soccer ball from the kitchen into this room while the door was closing, while Chris Cody was walking through, and me and Mike
impressive.
Fuentes jumped up like we won the Super Bowl. It was so exciting.